Here are the headlines for Sunday, August 11, 2024. It didn't sound like Joe Biden. Pelosi questions dropout letter as Biden fingers her in Ouster. President Joe Biden revealed that his decision to withdraw from the 2024 presidential race was due to concerns among Democratic colleagues in the House and Senate that he would hurt their re-election chances. In an interview with CBS News Sunday morning, Biden specifically mentioned former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi as one of those who thought he would be a liability. Meanwhile, Pelosi has been acting strangely about the situation, suggesting that Biden's withdrawal letter was not written by him, and even proposing that his likeness be added to Mount Rushmore. Secret Service apologizes for picking lock, breaking into local salon after covering up security camera. The United States Secret Service has apologized to Massachusetts salon owner Alicia Powers after an agent covered her security camera with duct tape and broke into her business by picking the lock so that its bathroom could be used by various individuals for a 2-hour period. The incident occurred on July 27th, prior to Vice President Kamala Harris' first major in-person fundraiser since President Biden announced he was dropping out of the race. Power stated that she would have allowed the individuals to use her bathroom if they had asked permission, but instead they helped themselves and left her building completely unlocked without removing the tape from the camera. Alcohol, tobacco, firearms dispatched after McMansion explodes near Baltimore. A massive explosion occurred at a mansion in Harford County, Maryland on Sunday morning, resulting in 1 fatality and injuring 2 others, including a worker and a neighbor. The house, which was for sale at the time of the incident, was completely destroyed and surrounding structures were damaged. Emergency officials responded to reports of a natural gas leak before receiving calls about an explosion, with Baltimore Gas and Electric confirming that contractors were on site when the blast occurred. Investigators from the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives are en route to the scene to determine the cause of the explosion. Artificial intelligence is really digital illusions, false promises, and mass re-education. The proliferation of artificial intelligence poses significant threats to humanity as it can be used to manipulate information and shape public opinion. Globalists may use AI to promote their agendas by burying counter-evidence and presenting biased information, making it seem like the algorithm is objective when in fact it has been programmed to serve a specific purpose. The average person may rely on AI for research, unaware of the hidden agenda behind the results, leading to a loss of critical thinking skills and a reliance on AI as a sole source of truth. This can result in a hive mind effect where people consume information without questioning its validity, ultimately eroding individual freedom and autonomy. How overpriced are basic necessities in prison? Prisoners in the United States often have to pay for additional food, religious, and hygiene items themselves, as they only receive basic necessities such as soap, toilet paper, toothbrushes, and toothpaste. However, prison commissaries charge exorbitant prices, far beyond regular price increases due to inflation. For example, a packet of instant ramen costs 20 cents at Walmart, but up to 65 cents in state prisons. With average prison job wages topping out at 52 cents per hour, it can take prisoners an average of 1.6 hours to afford 1 packet of ramen. Many basic necessities, such as toothpaste and deodorant, are even less affordable, taking around a day and a half to earn based on the average hourly wage. Imagine there's no carry. It's easy if you try. The author reflects on the previous week's market events, noting that despite initial volatility, the SAM 500 finished the week unchanged. The author attributes this to the unwinding of the yen carry trade, which had been a significant factor in the markets. However, the author argues that there was no panic in the markets, just fear and some new hedges added. The VIX futures market is cited as evidence, showing no signs of panic. The author concludes that market positioning has not changed significantly, with bulls still optimistic about clear sailing ahead. Plagiarizing Trump, copycat Kamala promises no tax on tips. Kamala Harris has plagiarized Donald Trump's policy proposal to abolish federal income taxes on tips, which she announced at a rally in Las Vegas just 3 weeks into her campaign. Despite criticism from some, including Trump himself, who ridiculed Harris for copying his idea, many argue that the policy is poorly targeted and could have unintended consequences. According to tax experts, only 2.5% of American workers earn tips, and many tip income workers already pay little or no federal income taxes due to deductions and credits. Additionally, exempting tips from taxation could lead to a shift in compensation structures, with some occupations receiving more tips to avoid paying taxes, further complicating the tax code. ActBlue tightens donation security requirements amid investigations. Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton announced that ActBlue, a Democratic fundraising platform, has agreed to tighten its donation security requirements after an investigation found the company failed to require donors to provide card verification value CV codes. The probe was launched in December 2023 and involved allegations of illicit activity, including potential credit card fraud. As part of the agreement, ActBlue will now require CVV codes for credit card contributions, a measure aimed at combating credit card fraud. Appeals court blocks key parts of President Biden's student loan relief plan. A federal appeals court issued an order blocking key parts of the Biden administration's saving on a valuable education student loan forgiveness plan. The Eighth Circuit Court of Appeals partially granted an injunction requested by 7 Republican-led states, effectively halting faster forgiveness and non-accrual of interest provisions while allowing income-driven repayment options to continue under stricter terms. The blocked plan aimed to forgive around $475 billion in student loans over a decade, with the government estimating costs at $156 billion, while Republican attorneys general argued that its true cost will amount to $475 billion. Bitcoin as change management. The recent Bitcoin conference was notable for its heavy government influence, with politicians such as Trump and Tennessee Senator Bill Hagerty making appearances. Despite this, speakers including Edward Snowden emphasized the importance of caution when dealing with politicians who may be using Bitcoiners to further their own interests. The conference also highlighted the potential for Bitcoin to play a crucial role in shaping the culture of our future, particularly on the other side of the current fourth turning, a period of significant social and economic upheaval. As the Bitcoin network becomes increasingly mainstream, its role in rebuilding aging energy infrastructure and monitoring devices remains to be seen, with some arguing that it could be an asset or a means for politicians to exert control.